Hello, Apes crew. It's Kara Lenorvitz, and welcome to week 8 of segment 2. Hopefully, you've remembered to set your clocks forward and you're springing into the change in season here. And that change in season may be led a little bit first by an extended length of day and shifting a little bit of that daylight to the evening. So, hopefully, you're getting to enjoy that a bit. Let's jump in. This is going to be a pretty quick overview. As you know, the weekly learning plan is your go-to for resources for class. We are going to have a synchronous session this week on Thursday. It will also include our discussion-based assessment on Module 8. So we're going to double dip with that on Thursday of this week. As you know, please feel free to reach out during office hours, either Tuesday morning between 8:30 and 10:30, or Wednesday afternoon between 1 to 3 if you'd like any additional assistance or want to check in with any questions at all. I would look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, some upcoming things. We have some news about your college board exam and that the end is near. The end is actually at the horizon here. So we have a total of 10 modules throughout this year, and you are working towards tying up Module 8 this week into next week and starting Module 9. That means we're really, really close to the finish line. You've been doing a lot of really awesome work. I know you're tired. I know you're working hard. Keep up that effort. We are well within the sight of the finish line, and you all deserve to have a really strong finish. So keep up the great work. You can definitely do this. So important information about your college board exam. You probably saw the email from me. You have also heard from your school's college board coordinator, but I wanted to share with you some updated information. In recognition that the COVID-19 pandemic has still had some pretty significant impact on learning experiences for students throughout this school year, the College Board has made some recent modifications to how and when they will hold the AP Environmental Science College Board exam. This is true for other AP courses as well, so make sure you connect with your AP teachers if you are taking other courses. For AP Environmental Science, our original date for taking the exam is Friday, May 14th at 12 o'clock, and that is a hard copy exam. That is the original date, and that is going to continue to be the only opportunity to take the exam hard copy. However, the College Board has also extended a few other options in light of the restrictions placed on many learning environments based on COVID. So there will be a digital-only copy that's available on Thursday, May 27th at 4 p.m., and there will also be a digital-only copy that is available on Friday, June 11th at 4 p.m. Whether and which of these are available to you entirely depends on your sending school. So one of the things I asked you to do this week, and if you haven't had a chance, I do encourage you to reach out this week, is to talk with your school's college board coordinator to understand what your school is going to offer, to have them help you advocate for what's going to be the best fit for you. And then I'd love for you to share that information back with me. We're going to continue to pace ourselves for now according to the original date so that any of you who are going to be taking it on that date in that format will be ready to go. But if I find that there's information from all of you that suggests you're going to be taking it at a different time, we can adjust our pace. In any of those circumstances, it's going to be the same length exam, so 3 hours, and the same structure, 90 minutes for 80 multiple choice questions and 70 minutes for 3 FRQs. If you are doing a digital version, there are some things that you have to get ready with your technology and with getting some certification on that. So you just want to make sure you are definitely connecting with your school coordinator about doing those steps. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, I really would love to get your quick input on the survey that I sent out to you, this AP College Board Exam Survey. And I want to show you what that looks like. So I sent this link to you via email. I've also included it in this week's weekly learning plan. The same information that I sent in the email is listed at the top there. So if you've read it once, you don't have to reread it. It's there just in case you needed it. You're going to put in your email address. You're going to just let me know if you talked to your school's college board coordinator, which time and format you're going to be taking the exam in, what you need to know about the digital piece, and then what other questions you have right now about the college board exam. So I'm going to gather that information from all of you so that I can best guide our practice moving forward. With those pieces in mind, just a reiteration that we're going to continue to use some resources from the AP Classroom. So remember that you want to make sure you have access to that. We're also going to continue to use the AP Environmental Science Falcon textbook as a supplement to our ongoing curriculum. And then just a reminder about your College Board exam. So we'll continue to get ready for that. That leads us into the work that we're going to be doing this week. You only have one new section of content that we're going to be adding in. The section on water in this curriculum is fairly condensed, even though water covers lots of really important content and concepts. We've covered some of this content and integrated it throughout the year already. So the last section of what you're going to be learning about with water, you've learned about water supply, so where on earth we find water and how we have access to it. You've learned a little bit about water quality and that we use a watershed, a landscape feature, to better understand the impacts that are happening on any particular waterway, whether it's a stream or a lake or a pond, and the parameters that we use to measure to see whether or not water is actually healthy through water quality practices. In this part of the module, you're going to be learning about water treatment. So you're going to be learning both about the treatment practices that happen to the water that comes through your tap. So when you turn on the faucet to fill up your glass of water, you're also going to learn what happens when you flush it down the drain, what happens next. So you can imagine some parts of that are maybe not so pretty, but this is a really, really critical part of environmental science. Water issues, both water quality, water quantity, and water treatment are at the heart and crux of many of the environmental issues that are out there, and they're also critical for human health. So really important content. You're going to be learning about wastewater treatment facilities, and you're going to be learning about their structure. One tip I have for you with all the content you're going to be learning about here when it comes to wastewater treatment facilities, I like to think of it as the ABCs of WWTF's wastewater treatment facilities. You know ABC in that order. So if you think about that for wastewater treatment, A is the first letter in the alphabet, it's the primary letter. So I think about that as being primary treatment, and that is really the physical treatment of wastewater. B, the secondary letter in your alphabet, or the second letter, is for secondary treatment, and that's where the biological treatment comes in. So we take advantage of all of the different microbes and their ability to break down organic matter. And C, the third letter, tertiary, in our alphabet is the chemical treatment. So those processes happen from physical to biological to chemical in any wastewater treatment facility. You are also going to be doing some AP exam and math prep this week. So that's 8.04. The first part of it you're going to be doing this week. You'll get some input and feedback on that, and then you'll do the second part next week. And you're going to engage in a discussion-based assessment this week. One of the strong recommendations I have is actually that you do in the order 8.03 and then your DBA. The reason for that is the DBA is going to happen on Thursday this week, and it probably would be advantageous to give yourself a little bit more time on the exam and math prep. You're certainly welcome to do all of that before Thursday, but I would encourage you to have 8.03 and 8.05 done by the time we meet. And of course, you're continuing to collect data on your collaborative solid waste lab. My biggest observation so far is that we definitely, as a team, need to have a more strategic plan for how we're recording our data to make your process on the other side easier. So we want to make sure that we're all measuring in the same units. So if you haven't already had this conversation with everybody else in class, we need to decide inches or centimeters for that measuring technique. And then you probably want to put together a more organized data table than that quick one that I put together for you, so that you can keep track of both your qualitative data, your pictures, and your quantitative data. All right, let's take a look at the weekly learning plan. All right, you know the routine for the structure. There's an introduction at the beginning, learning objectives here. Again, the only real new ones for content are going to be under water treatment, and the to-do list here. So you'll see our last time that we were together on March 4th is still linked there for you. The survey about how you're going to take the AP exam is here if you haven't yet filled that out. And then you'll notice I have 8.03 and then 8.05 and then 8.04 listed. Again, I recommend that you go in that order just to make sure you have everything done that you need for Thursday. So you're going to start off by interacting with the content on wastewater treatment. I've given you some additional optional videos here. They're all really interesting. They're all really important. They will give you some good perspectives on both water availability, water quality, and water treatment in both developed and developing locations. These are topics that are likely to come up in AP exam questions, so they're good to get a little bit of experience. So one here will take you to different places in Africa with Jay-Z, the rapper. The other one will take you through the crisis that's happening in Flint, Michigan with the lead contamination in the water supply there. and then just another video that gives you another perspective on wastewater treatment facilities. You're going to take a quiz there. It's all multiple choice, so that one should be a pretty quick one for you. For your DBA, I do want you to make sure you're watching before you take the DBA these two super short videos, one on the story of microbeads, one on the story of microfibers, so that you have some additional context when you head into that DBA. As usual, you are going to be doing your practice DBA, a 20-minute free write, in advance of our meeting together on Thursday. You're going to do it on hard copy paper and bring that with you along with a grading pen on Thursday. And then your AP exam and math prep, you're certainly welcome to do this before Thursday, but you can take a little bit additional time if you'd like. And then for Thursday as well, if you can make sure you continue to update your collaborative solid waste lab with pictures and data so that we should have your third week of data in there as well. All right, let's sum up. So highlights of this week, make sure you've done that short survey about the HP College Board exam. You're going to complete 8.03 to 8.05. Encourage you to watch the videos that are there for 8.03. For 8.05, I would recommend that you do this second. Make sure you do watch those microbead videos and microfiber videos ahead of time, and make sure you're preparing your handwritten response in advance of our meeting on Thursday. For 8.04, the first part is going to be due on Sunday of this week. The second part you will have to by the end of next week once you have some feedback, and you're going to continue your collaborative solid waste lab. I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday. Have a great week.